My name is Anja. I'm a house coach. I'm all about the energy of the space. And I just want to quickly say before the introductions go is that this is a workshop that we have both talked about before. We actually implemented it and nothing came about it. And so just for you to understand that these things might happen to you and you might say things to yourself like, well, what was the block? Was that, why not? Was I not prepared enough or whatever? Sometimes it has nothing to do with you. It's the universe is telling you that the universe is not ready. So I feel that is what's happening with us. So please introduce yourself.
So I'm Becca Shaw, originally from England. I am now in Canada. I have many modalities under my belt, but for this particular one, I am wearing the hat of crystal healing practitioner. So I'm very excited to get back into that because it's been a while since I've done crystal healing, honestly. So yeah, it's nice to be back and talking about, crystals because I use them all the time, but I don't share that knowledge recently. So very excited for this and to do it with my dear friend Anja. And like she said, we've been planning to do this for years now, or something like this for years, and it's never been the right time. Now is the time. Now is the divine timing, and it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm very excited to do this one.
Yes. Yeah, like I love crystals. Like I'm not gonna go do a panoramic review around my place, my office, but they're all over the place. And without even realizing, I'm going, yeah, they're all over the place. And so I'm really connected to them. And I think the more I'm immersed, the more I get even further connected with them. And a lot of the people who I interact with, especially when I'm doing an energy clearing, or if I'm teaching around our spaces and how that can support us and what areas we need to remove and declutter or restyle and all of that, is that oh my gosh, yes, I have some crystals, or I want to get some crystals. Do you recommend, certain crystals and, all these crystal questions. And so, as much, we did say, Beck and I said, we talked about doing this before, but I feel it's a deeper, ready time now because we're getting more deeper. And I feel that the collective, and I want to hear what you have to say about this, but I feel the collective is more immersed with wanting to or diving deeper into the energy of how crystals can work with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, like it's very much like in lots of my different lines of work, I'm seeing a lot of my clients are not necessarily going into spirituality, but they're kind of interested and opening up to energy. And they're realizing that it's not just wake up, go to work, come home, watch some TV and go to bed. Like they're realizing that there's something else to life, right? There's this beautiful energy around, and whether that's in like nature, they're noticing like the trees more, or they're just picking up on other people's energy as well. People are very empathic now. They're discovering this connection or these understandings of other people, and so crystals are a beautiful tool to use for that because they're like these little friends that can come in and encourage you and help you and protect you or help you expand or open your eyes wider. It's just a beautiful thing to incorporate in your life. And like you said, you can just have them in your home and without even realizing they're actually working for you and with you, just sitting on your counter. And once you learn to tap into that and activate them more, the sky's the limit, right? You can really infuse your home and your mentality and your family life with these beautiful tours.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it comes to my mind when you're talking, two things come to my mind. Where there are family members in my home that are a little bit like, yeah, okay, whatever, but they'll let me do my thing. And in the last, I don't know, I want to say maybe year and a half, it's like, uh, what crystal should I get? Or, I'm like, oh, can you, like, I gotta just want to hop in this crystal shop. And then they're like, oh, yeah, okay, so, and they pick a crystal, and that's kind of the beginning stages in this lifetime, where one of the things that we decided with this workshop is where we really want to tap into Atlantis. And
Mhm.
I just want to say a little bit about that, and then I'm going to ask you to dive into. So, I know that I was very much part of Lemuria and the Atlantis, and some of the viewership might say, uh-huh, yeah, and they will agree, or they're like, what are you talking about? So, um, but you know, the the activity that has gone in there and what we are hearing, sometimes it's not always positive, and we've been aligned with a lot of programming. And so even just going on the web and looking at, some history of Atlantis, and I'm not hearing and feeling everything from a positive point of view. I'm hearing it more from a destructive um, history lesson. So we both felt we wanted to like kind of semi start with that. And maybe you want to talk a little bit about why we chose to do that, Becca. I mean, what or how, what would you like to um, support with this entry of Lemuria and Atlantis.
Well, we were discussing the other day, weren't we, Anya, that like when people think of Atlantis, they feel like they have some kind of connection to it. They feel the energy of it. They feel the, for want of a better word, magic of it, right? Like there's something intriguing in our genetic memory of Atlantis. But whenever anyone looks up Atlantis, they just see the flooding, the destruction, the end of the world for the Atlanteans, right? So people think, oh, it's this terrible, terrible thing, right? Like, I wonder why I'm so attracted to it, or interested. But we were saying the other day, people forget it wasn't just the civilization appeared overnight, did some things, and then the big wave came along and destroyed them. This was a civilization for thousands of years. So many, many lifetimes you could have had in Atlantis and not even experienced the flooding part, right? You could have been part of this energy, and the Atlanteans had such a, a interesting connection with the earth and with energy and with the ether and all of these kind of things, and they incorporated these powers and these energies into their everyday life. Like it wasn't just like, obviously they had like sort of priests and priestesses and sort of shaman type people who had the even bigger like role to play, but just everyday people had access to this energy and were able to manipulate that into their life and bring that in and form what they needed for their lives through this energy and through these tours. So that's what we really wanted to tap into with the beginning of this crystal workshop, was tapping into that ancient wisdom and that ancient connection, and to the reawaken, even if you didn't have a past life there, reawaken that magic within you, because maybe you weren't in Atlantis, but you were in Lemuria, like we were saying, or you were somewhere else where you incorporated the magic of the world, right? And we really want to tap into that. And Atlantis is such a good starting point because everybody knows it and everybody can somehow connect to it. So we're going to bring in that very ancient, very strong energy from that amazing golden age culture.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's such a beautiful way to introduce our crystal mastery class, and that's why we're here today, is to talk a little bit about that, which we are holding in person, and it is going to be October the 4th in Toronto in the West End. And so anybody here who's watching it and is interested, please send a message to one of us and we will give you further details. And we are going to have, as I said, an in-person 2 hour, but we have also decided that we wanted to do a pre-Zoom and then a post-Zoom. So in the pre-Zoom, it is a little bit more about housekeeping. Um, and what to expect and everything like that. Do you want to share a little bit more deeper into that, Becca?
Yeah, I loved your idea for this because most people's pre stuff is just sort of getting people excited for the event and what we're going to do in the event. But your thing was such a good idea because it was actually preparing people for it. And what if stuff pops up on your way there, or something happens to you in the morning, and you don't want to bring that with you, and how the tools that they can use for themselves, not just for this class, but for their everyday life, just how to get rid of that negativity or just bring themselves back to the present. And I just thought that was such a wonderful way of incorporating a pre-class, just like giving them tools before they even step through the door of how to manage other people's energies or the energies of things around them that maybe they don't want to carry with them all day, that they can get rid of and actually turn a bad day into a good day. And yeah, so it's just going to be a really informal, I guess, really nice chat about with some really, really interesting things that people can try for themselves, but also what to expect, and how important it will be to be on time because we've got a lot of fun things ready for you, and a very different way of going about a workshop or class, which people will discover if they look into what we're going to be doing. But yeah, it's very, very unique. It's very, very intimate. It's very a very special one. I don't think I've ever done one quite like this before.
Yeah, because we have so much we want to cover, but we also want to already be in that essence. And so if we can just take care of housekeeping, whatever all that stuff may be, and that when you enter, we want the experience to start from when you go through the threshold. I mean, this is one of the reasons the intimacy of having it in a home is so key for us. And, everybody will have this beautiful experience of being saged before, you come upstairs to the main room that we're having the event. And, I really like that you brought this up also, Becca, is like giving tools because I actually went to an event last week and I mean, there'll be all different ways of transportation. Some people could be walking, cycling, taking the car, or taking, transit. And it is out of our control, as it was today, to do a live, what things can happen. Like if we all think about, that one time there was this beautiful, maybe yoga meditation going on or sound healing, and all of a sudden, like this eruption of fire trucks were coming past. Like, you just want to go, okay, let's go back. And so that's a little bit what we're going to talk about with the pre. And the other piece that came up for me when you just talked about that is I know when I've done some beautiful spiritual work, like maybe I'm going to a full moon ceremony or something beautiful that is just more connected with the ether, is that there's already some clearing, there's some openness that's happening. And so I always find like the minute or the time that you start to say, yes, I'm going to do this, things start to open up. You're already shifting. So I really, really, really like that. Um, I wanted to say that it is going to be in a large room, which is actually my living room space. And the beautiful part is that the whole audience, the whole group will have the opportunity of sitting east, facing east. So do you want to talk a little bit about why that's so important?
Yeah, well, we suddenly realized, didn't we? Because we were saying like, what would be the best way to face to meditate just in general, and then we realized what way the audience would be facing. Apart from us, we won't be facing that unless we turn our backs. But but yeah, everyone's going to be facing east, and that could be for a number of reasons. But you just think of it like the sun rises in the east, right? So that's bringing in that new day, that new energy, and that kind of cleansing of the morning, right? So that's first off probably the easiest way. But there's always lots of different cultures and things will face the east to worship their god, or to do a prayer, or to call something in, right? It's very much about bringing the energy in to face east, and the west is to like release, right? So the west is like the death of something, the washing away of something, and the morning is the birth or the rebirth of the sun, right? So it's that whole cycle, like the moon cycles, but with the sun. So this is why we thought it'd be really important for people to be facing the east for this one, because it's literally the start and it's bringing that energy in, that cleansing energy, and getting people also more focused and energized for it. Even though it's going to be very relaxing, it's still going to be a lot of energy is going to be in this room. So it's going to be bringing in that energy. It's going to be amplifying for us as well.
Yeah, and like I mean, the one thing that I'm incorporating. Oh, that means we have 4 more minutes. So, is the directions, the four directions, and as
Yeah.
you're talking about what, well, this is my east, what east supports us in, and then what west. And so, for all of our beautiful goddess attendees, when we're going to be doing the activation and you're going to really super connect with your crystal or crystals, bring some crystals that you have
Yeah.
that that is what is happening this way. Now, we're not doing any releasing work, but if we were, then it would be going this way, right? So, yeah, I love that. I just wanted to kind of like move over here and bring a little bit of the tray of goodness of what is expected to be received. Um, we have a beautiful crystal that everybody's going to receive, which is a called an ametrine, and that is citrine and amethyst. So what a beautiful combination to have.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was very, very grateful to have connected with this crystal. That was not what I was going out to pick up, and then it came my way. So I love that. And then we're going to be using our crystal grid, and everybody's going to receive one of these. And I mean, people might just say it's a coaster, but you can really infuse the beautiful energy in that. And we'll talk about a little bit more and deeper with that. And that's why if you want to bring some of your crystals, it would be great. I don't want to go deeper into this, but um, if you have a total of six, that would work really well. And then I would like you to talk about this, Becca, please.
So this is selenite. This is a perfect addition to your crystal collection. Just because with crystals, they kind of absorb stuff and you have to cleanse them and charge them and everything a lot. Whereas selenite is self-cleansing. So number one, you never have to do anything with it. By all means, like put it out under the moonlight with your other crystals or whatever you do, but you don't have to. Secondly, it can actually cleanse your other crystals. So just by putting your crystals near a selenite or on a selenite, there's so many plates and stuff now that they have made out of selenite. But we decided to give you guys a wand because one, you can wave it over not just your crystals, you can do it over your groceries, you can do it over your pets, you can do it over your children, you can do it over yourself. It's so cleansing, and it literally because we were all flustered after not being able to get on our live. There's Anja with her sage bundle, and there's me with my selenite, just cleansing the energy and cleansing our auras before we got on the call with you today, just so that we wouldn't be flustered and bringing in that negativity of, oh my gosh, we're not on live. So yeah, this is literally one that I will recommend anyone that's interested in crystals in getting, just because it's so versatile and it can just, you don't need to know what you're doing. You just wave it over you and it just takes away all that gunk, all that negative energy that you might even not realize is on you. So selenite,
Beautiful.
great crystal.
Beautiful. And then there'll be a curated home spray, which is with infused with purification essential oils. And everybody will receive some handouts because there'll be some writing going on. And so with that, you'll be receiving a pen. So that's kind of exciting. And did we talk about the post Zoom? Like, I just want to close this up because we did promise to be on for about 20 minutes.
I think we just did the pre, but
Yeah,
yeah, we'll just cover
exactly.
the post really
Yes.
quickly then. Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
So we also want to do a deeper connection online, which is a post Zoom. We haven't yet chose the date, but this will be after, and we don't want to do it right the next day because you're going to receive all this information. You're going to get connected with your crystals. You're gonna have activated it and a deeper meditation with it. And so we want to get back together. I don't know, like maybe within a week or something like that, and see what's
I
come
think
up.
we said the seventh, right? We said the seventh,
Oh,
perhaps.
thank you, Becca. Okay, yes. So that is October the 7th.
Yes, at
Okay,
seven.
okay, thank you.
7 at 7.
7. And that is just to like what's come up. Maybe you have some questions, maybe something like profound happened, maybe something didn't like whatever it may be. We want to be here to support you. We want to be here to uh receive the great stories, like, and so that's kind of what the post is, because we don't want to just let you go on Saturday, because it's going to be there's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be, pretty, I'm going to say the word impactful and very high vibrating.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're not just going to abandon you guys. Like, you absolutely can reach out to either one of us after the event, and that's why we're doing this post one as well, just to make sure everyone's feeling good. If they've got any questions, or they, like you said, if anyone wants to share their experiences that came up within that week, like that would be wonderful. And we want you all to form a bit of a connection as well, because you're going to be in such an intense energy together, and you're going to be working so closely together. Like, you might even find new best friends to share your crystal journeys with. So, this is all very, very important to attend the post one as well, just so that you can, start your adventure or continue your adventure with crystals so much deeper when you've got other people to talk to about them.
hmm And I just want to answer one more question before we go, because it's come up and I thought of addressing it this morning is, will you do anything online? And we both are open to that because we do a lot of online work, both of us, with our modalities, teaching, and all of that. We're just not sure yet if it's something that we would like to do. Most probably yes, but we don't want to completely say, there's going to be something online. So just to give you that information, because I know that people have asked me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we decided, because we were considering doing online for this, and we decided to do it in person just because in person anything, especially with energy, is so much more impactful. And also, we would be able to play with crystals together. So I mean, when I've done other events in person, when you've got physical things and you can share them around and you can do things with other people physically, it's so much more like you learn a lot better, but you also feel it a lot more rather than just being at home by yourself. You still have that connection, but you're not sort of saying, oh, and look at this, and you can't like interact so much, right? And then also we really wanted to give everybody gifts, and sort of see their faces when they had the gifts as well, right? So that's another reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be such an amazing event. So if people can make this one, like, please do. It's going to be one of the best experiences ever. So
Mhm. And the energy exchange, the investment is 108. There is an Eventbrite link there, or you can just DM us and find an alternative in terms of, there's e-transfer as well, or, we can, discuss. And that includes the pre and the post. So that would probably, plus, these lovely gifts and all this knowledge. So if this calls to you, if this is intriguing, if you've had your crystals sitting around and going, I want to do more than just look at them, then we invite you to sign up.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's yeah, it's pretty much a bargain, this price, really, isn't it? Because like just for one of us to work with people would be more, and yeah, they're getting both of us for the less than the price of one, and they're getting so much knowledge and experience going through this, and then they're getting free gifts as well. So yeah, absolute bargain. Absolute bargain.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna say that's a wrap. I'm gonna stop the recording, and hope to see you guys here in this place on October the 4th.